Yo, what I do, YouTube? It's your boy Ray J, and I'm joined by my co-host, my best bruh.
Marcos. So we are back with another video or vision, and this time we are going to be talking about on like various aspects of topics essentially, and they all devolve and involve from influence, impact, presence, and the famous word all the cool kids are using today, aura. That's what we are going to be talking about.
So today we're going to specifically dive into these type of topics: influence, aura, all these things that you need to know. What is it? Why is it? And how is it?
And when we look at influence in general, like there's a lot of ways you can go about it. And the best way that I always like to go about it is like using the example of the Bible. It's like when you look at the Bible, it's like in Proverbs, just not to kill that much time because I already know the verse out of my head. It's basically Proverbs 13:20, where it speaks on like the wise. The wise will walk with the wise, and the foolish will walk with the foolish and suffer harm. It's basically saying if you want to be wise, where would you go?
Go to the wise.
Exactly. If you want to be influenced by like something, you have to go to that something. Like if you want to be influenced by something good, you have to go to something good. Like if I use myself as an example as a guitarist, as a musician, an artist, it doesn't even matter if the person is not like well known or anything. If I see a guitarist that's really good, I'm gonna be like, I need to go try that. I need to go do that. So I'll be like motivated. I'll be inspired to get up, pick up my instrument, and keep on practicing and working. Or even if I'm having like in my bandmates, people that are actually as well putting in the work, I also want to do the same. But now, if I'm with people that are lazy, zero ambition, they don't want to stand up, they don't want to work, no one is doing anything, and I'm the only one that wants to work, it's gonna be. That's why even in the Bible, it always states this: it's either black or white. There's no in betweens. One of you is going to come out on top. One of the other two is going to influence one. Either I'm going to influence you, the lazy guy, to get up and start working and putting in the work and actually get better. Or you, the lazy guy, you're going to influence me and I'm going to be like, you know what? I don't want to work that much anymore.
It's like basically like putting two people in the same room. One energy is going to overcome the other. So this wise person and this foolish person, one person is going to influence. It's almost like a scale.
Yeah.
One person is gonna outweigh the other. So of course, wisdom is always going to overthrow everything, anything, and whoever, like anybody.
Exactly.
So that's why wisdom is always going to surpass foolishness. But the one thing that I actually wanted to bring up is the spirit,
Yeah.
like the Holy Spirit. You check. So like let's say this wise person is in the room with this foolish person.
Yeah. Look how it ties into presence.
So if this wise person is low in spirit, is low on, like, it doesn't even need to be like the Holy Spirit if you're not religious, but we are religious, so we're going to make this a Holy Spirit. If this person is weak on the spirit, if you're not close to God, fool, this nigga with the foolish mentality, the weak mind is going to surpass yours, and then eventually you are going to confine to that, because it's like we're people. Whenever we're in a group or whenever we're in a setting, for example, let's say for example a club, there's loud music, everybody's dancing, you're going to have that same energy to be able to dance as well. That is what we're talking about when we're talking about influence. Anything around you and anybody around you can influence you in some certain type of way.
Precisely.
But you can only be influenced if you have a weak spirit.
And that's actually 100% true, but it can also be seen in so many ways. Because you know, someone with a weak spirit, they can be influenced easily. And that's not to say someone with a strong spirit cannot, because you've seen kings, great people, Julius Caesar, so many great people, men falling because of what? A woman's influence. I kid you, bro, a woman's influence. Great men falling because of woman's influence. You think those guys did not have like strong wills? They did. They're like incredibly strong.
For a reason, bro.
They were kings, they were conquerors, and kings for a reason. And yet they were still influenced by a woman. That's what I'm saying. These ladies, they have so much power, they just don't know it. And even when you look deeper into it, the type of influence the type of influence that I can know of that's the biggest influence is the one of Jesus. Guys, it's 2024 since. It's self-explanatory. 2024 since who was born. Like we are counting the days that we are living in because of one man. There's a calendar of one man that we are following. Whether, I don't even care, whether you are atheist or not, even you have to admit that it's tough. Even you have to admit, if you are atheist, if you are white, Buddhism, whatever culture you are, we only follow in one man's influence. And it's in our face. And when you look at it, it's like the sort of impact was left not only because of his knowledge, but because of also what he did. Like every single thing he did basically affected the people around him. Like if I'm doing this, it's going to affect someone. That means I'm being impactful. That means I'm actually doing something that someone will look at and be like, yeah, there's something about this that's inspiring me. There's something about this that's making me want to do better. And influence does not only mean good, there's also bad influence. Like look at Hitler, for crying out loud. The nigga, like his speech influenced so many people to do like crazy, ridiculous things, bruh. Ridiculous things. That's why you can go either this side or this side. There's like no in-betweens. There's no middle ground. There's no such thing. It's either you're good or you're bad. Like, that's it. And
to take a lot, bruh. There's actually a lot that you said there, bruh. Like, involving God and also involving Hitler. What else did you bring up?
Basically everything, like even the scale as well, the one that you mentioned.
But I actually wanted to go more in depth on Hitler. Like, it's like you said, there's either good or there's bad, and that's also type of influences that you have. But when we're talking about Hitler was basically a dictator.
Yeah, exactly.
And of course, there are different types of leaders. There's like democracy, there's republic, what, and all of that. But when we're talking about dictator is like someone that commands you what to do. Like, hey, you are going to do this. This is what.
No choice.
And that in itself is also influence, but that's influence in a negative way, because it's forcing.
Yeah,
it's something that you have to do. It's not something that you want to do, and it's something that you have to do. So that's something that you should also take in consideration when we're talking about influence. Because a man's word is his influence. That's him.
That's true, bro. A man's word is his influence. Like, you stand on your word. Like, you say you're going to actually do this, you do it. And that goes for anything, though. Not only when you're telling other people, but also yourself. It's like super important as well. Like, even if you're telling yourself, okay, time to do this, you do it. You go out of the way to do it. You that told yourself that you're going to take out that girl on the date, you take her. You have to actually go and do it. Don't just say.
You that setting goals for yourself. Are you doing that?
Exactly. Did you hit that 50 push-ups today?
Did you go and talk to that girl?
Did you put on that makeup? Okay. I was trying to give something for the ladies, but I got nothing.
No, but also the part where you said many kings fall because of women.
Yeah, that's a huge influence.
Many kings. I'm talking like conquerors, emperors, niggas that were ruthless,
strong guys, bro.
Like rulers of a whole nation. I'm talking like about a whole country. Like, let's like Namibia, like whole Namibia, bro.
The president. Crazy. Imagine the president
is falling because of a girl.
Bruh.
And like these girls are like what? Basically, they're almost like peasants.
No, for real.
Like,
pretty much.
All the men that fell because of a woman are basically, they were peasants. So maybe like she was a cleaner or something, and then the king saw her, and then like she got influenced.
Her status doesn't even matter that much.
Seduction is also influence.
It is. It pretty much is. It's a form of influence.
It's a form of persuasion, actually. Yeah. Seduction. So that is also a form of influence. Like when you're seducing someone, and I'm not talking by just flirting, but it can also be by talking, because seduction is a form of manipulation, but it doesn't necessarily have to be bad. But that is also a form of influence right there in itself. And women have this control over like
goes plenty of niggas. Even when you look at manipulation, isn't that influence as well? It is. Pretty much. And the first thing people think of when they think of manipulation, they'll be like bad, evil. Nah. Like, said who? Like, if you look up the definition even in the phone of manipulation, it's not gonna be like something that's always used for evil. No. It's basically something that's used to get the best outcome for you. Now it's up to you to decide whether it's going to be something good or something bad. Like it can go either way. Like I mentioned, there's never going to be that straight in between line. Nah, that you are just kept into yourself. It's either going to go to the left or to the right. We're never going to be going straight. And it's always going to be the person's decision to be like, let's go here or here. That's why when we even go now, going on to the next topic, which is actually going to also correlate to influence, is the presence.
Presence.
Yeah.
Presence is the same thing as influence as well. When you walk in that room, especially when you know yourself. If you don't know yourself, go watch our first video, importance of knowing yourself. Some gems there that you can take on with you to be able to actually better yourself and develop yourself.
And the latest video as well, confidence.
Confidence as well. There's some gems in there, bro. Now we go OC, bro. When you walk in that room, your presence alone, that type of confidence that you have in yourself, especially when you know yourself as well, like when you know who you are, like fool, I'm OC, and I'm confident, I'm powerful, mind, body, and soul. This is something that I tell myself. So every single time I walk in that room, or whenever I walk in like a school or something, or whenever I'm like approaching someone, my aura in itself, bro, like that energy that you feel is my influence. That's my presence.
And I actually agree with him. Like his stuff, he's actually OC, you know. And it's not even just like randomly, it's the why. And there's so many factors to it. Not only that I know him, it's also like who's saying you are tough. But if God is telling me I'm him, I'm that guy, I'm tough, who is going to tell me I'm not? Like, who on the world is going to tell me I'm not?
Who can be against you?
Who can be against you? No one. It's what Romans 8:31 says. What then shall we say against these things? If God is for us, who? Tell me who can be against us? The Bible literally tells you, brother, you are more than a conqueror. God is literally telling you, you are my son. You are Timothy. Act like it. It's like, it would be arrogant and cocky and like super egoistic if you're just being like, yeah, I'm that person. And someone asks you why. Say, I don't know, I just am. What? You don't know? What do you mean you don't know? Then you're wilding out, bruh. Then you're just being like your ego is just crazy high. But now, if I'm telling you why, I'm telling you God is the one that told me. And it's to the point where it's not just me, also you. You are also to the same level of like that person. Because God didn't just tell me that I'm that person, He also told you that you're that person. The difference is I believe it and you don't. Fool, that's
no, that's a big one.
Bruh. All you have to do is actually just believe it. Believe that you're that person. And then your presence will actually be felt. Like going back to our previous video about confidence. How you're presenting yourself, everything, how you're wearing, all of that. That all ties into your presence. That all ties into your aura, essentially. Does someone know you walked in? Would someone be like, okay, this person, I noticed you. Or you just walk in and no one notices you. It's like the wind just blows, like no one even noticed it.
You know what's the difference? Well, I feel my presence.
Yeah.
Does the other person feel his?
Look at that. Look at that.
If you don't feel your own presence,
no one will.
Nobody will, bro. Like if you don't know your own capabilities, your own abilities, fool,
bruh,
you are truly lost.
It's like even if you go to church or something, it's a fact of like understanding. When you walk into church and then you see some people are like crying and all that. Why? They are feeling the presence of God. They are feeling like the Holy Spirit is like in them. They are feeling the presence. They know, like when you walk in and then you're like, you'll be wondering, oh, what's happening? Why is that feeling? And you'll also be wondering like, yo, this is tough. It's because you're also starting to feel the presence. And they can go with like when you're in prayer, like in worship, they can go in anything. Even if you are having like a public speech, anywhere you are. Even when you're doing a presentation, you know how you're in school, some people will be like presenting, they'll take their book, they'll be like, so we opened the book and then the book said, when you read in the book of Proverbs, it mentioned that we must, and Come on, like what?
No, fool. I'm not gonna lie. I've been a victim to this once, man.
Oh,
Like, especially in high school, when I had to
anxiety.
go
Yeah.
and present in front of. We've all been there.
Yeah.
Like we've all
One point.
been there. But what is important is that we learn from that. We're like
Exactly.
now consciously aware of our actions.
Precisely.
And that's the thing. Like when you become more consciously aware of your actions, it's like you might even start to think about, like, you might think too much, and that brings anxiety.
Yeah.
Like I faced that as well, but at the same time, it's like, who cares?
Mm-hmm.
The people that are looking at me, those are their own people. They're doing their own thing, and they are always going to have their own perception.
Yeah.
But what's important is how you perceive yourself.
And this always bring out the fact of like whenever you're in a situation where you're like trying to feel down, we all get these moments of like, yeah, we're gonna be down and all that. Just remember this, what like God is telling you. Then you'll actually be able to like pick yourself back up. Because if you can't convince yourself, at least let God convince you. Because it's to the point your bride is telling you you're tough. God is saying you're tough. Your parents are telling you you're tough. They're telling you, study, you can do it, just study. All of them, everyone's saying you're tough, but then you are being like, oh, I hate my life. Oh, what? Oh, I can't do it. Man, get out. It's like, bruh, but no, it's like we must be kind to each other. We must be kind, but sometimes discipline is important. Not sometimes, every time. It's important.
Of course.
It's important. Like always pick yourself up from that, and at least let God pick yourself up from those negative thoughts. Because you might be in that prison of like, I can't do it. Like I was guilty of that as well. Like we're all guilty of that, like feeling down, feeling what. That's just you allowing the bad things like get to you. You're letting the bad whatever, like you mentioned, like anxiety, like when you're doing a presentation. Anxiety is basically the fear of the future.
Yeah.
You're basically doing a presentation, you're scared of how things are going to go, what people will think. And there's even another part where, like, even when you're done with the presentation, you'll even let it get to you more. Come on, what did people think? Did I do good? Or even when you're done performing or something, guitar or even something, oh, did I play good? What was? But now, if you're on the other side, I know I played good. I know I performed well. I know my speech was tough. But hey, it actually has to be good. Don't lie to yourself. It actually has to be good. Because you also notice it's good when people are going to come around you and say, yo, I really enjoyed your performance. Yo, the way you presented, your teacher's going to be like, that was actually really well presented and well, like, instruction. That's how you also know.
There's two sides of the coin.
Exactly.
The negative side and the positive side. There's always that person that's saying, nah, I can't do it. Yeah. Like, there's too many people around me, like, I'm scared. And then there's the other one of like, fool, I know who I am, I know what I'm going to do. Look, I'm going to like perform to my best. I'm going to do this. And when you really believe that, when you really feel that, that type of influence in your life is going to impact your life drastically.
And everyone around you. Everyone.
Especially the people around you.
Everyone around you.
Because, like, take funny people, for example.
Yeah.
They also influence people with the jokes that they say. The type of...
Everything.
Now, since we're going to aura, the type of aura that they bring. It's like they have this positive sense of self. Yeah. So like when they make themselves laugh, they can make anybody else around them laugh.
So when they're around, it's like a good vibe.
This is why they like people would always want to be around that charismatic person.
Exactly.
Or they would want to be around that charming person because of how they make them feel.
Even the hello, everything. You know when you're calling like a quest a girl or something, you're like, yeah, hello. Yeah, I'm already saying my hello with a smile on my face.
Like she can hear it through the phone.
Exactly, bro. And then she will reply just like, hello.
Like, what's up?
Oh, and no, but then you go, come on. No, I'm doing good, baby. Don't worry. Yeah. Don't worry, it's nothing. Oh, really? It happened like that. I know. No. But no, it's just really your influence, what you mentioned, your presence in your aura. It can go either way. Because there's so many occasions, bro, where you can be doing something, you're in a good mood, and then one gloomy person's gonna show up. Yeah.
I just don't
Come,
feel like
come on, how are you? I'm not good, man. What happened, bruh? Bruh. Oh, bruh, let's go. Yeah, I'm okay, bruh. What? It's okay. It's like a funeral, so you lost someone close to you. Okay, it's understandable. We should grieve. It's really important. But now, every single day, like it's part of your character, part of your personality. You're just like, yeah. Come on, know your worth. And it's impossible to be an influential person if you don't know your worth. You think Cristiano Ronaldo does not? You think Cristiano Ronaldo does not know if he just posts like his head or his toes, that thing's gonna get millions of followers. If he just sells his flipping bath water, millions of people will not buy it. It sounds ridiculous, but people will buy it. They actually will buy it because it's who? It's Cristiano Ronaldo. This amount of influence he's having because it's like actually he knows his worth. But if you don't know your worth, it's impossible. That's why I like the analogy of like, if any one of us is to be offered $10 million today, everyone will accept it. Like you want to say no to 10 million,
It's 10 million.
like it's 10 million. But now if I'm to say, let me give you $10 million, but you won't wake up tomorrow.
Nah.
See? Nah.
The worst changes.
Look at that. Now what's more valuable, the money or your life? Now you want to wake up without a smile on your now you want to wake up without a smile on your face. Now you want to wake up because you're having what problems and what. Man, get out of here. Like you're breathing. You're having a problem. Resolve it, solve it. Even if you're not like in the mood or whatnot to solve it now, it doesn't matter though. You are going to solve it either one way, shape, or form. You're going to interact with it. You cannot run away from it. It's like an exam or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know you have to study and all that, but you're checking this whole time, you're not studying. You will see the fires tomorrow. So you're going to, either way, you're going to interact with it. There's no running away from it, essentially. So it's basically always good to like take it head on and knowing that you can do it, whatever it is. And just like knowing the value of your life.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most important thing.
So yeah, we covered influence, which involves behavior and
basically impact,
actions and stuff like that.
Impacting others.
Presence, we spoke about it. Energy.
Yeah.
No, not energy. It shouldn't be energy.
Yeah, no, presence more like just like
knowing yourself.
Knowing yourself and knowing like others.
Knowing your ability.
Others noticing you as well. Others noticing you.
Now we're moving from all of that, we're moving to order. Mm-hmm. What is this order thing that we're always hearing?
Yeah,
what is this thing that we're always watching people talk about? Well, order is essentially, it involves energy. Mm-hmm. Like it involves who is overthrowing who. Or like that certain person who you like deem your crush. Like nowadays people have crushes and stuff like that. Imagine. So like whenever you see that crush, especially like when he's like confident in himself, like whenever it's that man, ladies, whenever it's that guy,
they know that they know.
Like whenever he walks in the room, like all you can do is just stop and stay. That's what we're talking about when we're talking about order. Like it's like his word matches his actions.
Yeah.
For example, I don't know if you spoke to him, but that's what it should be.
No, she spoke to me for
sure. But yeah, your words have to match your actions, and this is like it involves character. So we'll say, for example, Michael Jackson or random guy, Cristiano Ronaldo entered the room.
Yeah.
The reason why you like feel that
feel something
is because like you watched him for so long, bro. Like you know what he does.
Yeah,
you know who he is.
You know who he is. Oh, what he does.
So like aura like has this perception to it, right? It's what you deem the other person to be. Mm-hmm. So like if you deem this person like a high value type of person, like this person has done this, he's broken records, he's like this nigga is OC. That's when we're talking about aura, because it has to do with perception.
Exactly.
And it has to do with the type of influence especially, and it has to do with presence.
All of it.
So like it all aligns into aura, which is essentially energy.
But now that's actually well said. That's actually beautiful said. And it's like precisely like that. When you look at the presence and the influence, they all go hand in hand into the aura as well. Because the aura, it's like, even when I think of aura, aura itself can also like branch out. It can also be like another definition of aura can also be an exaggerated form of respect.
That's actually awesome.
Imagine someone you look at and you're like, Ronaldo, you'll be like, you actually, whoever you are thinking you are what, oh, I am humble, oh, I don't care who you are, my friend. Learn how to honor others, so no one will ever honor you. You will actually go and talk to
That was an awesome one.
bruh.
Guys, don't let this fly open.
Bruh, I'm telling you.
The fact, the things this nigga says is OC, bruh. Like, you really have to pay attention.
I'm telling you, bruh, that's actually true. Because if you're scared to honor others, if you're scared to give others their flowers, no one will give you yours, bruh. Because you know for a fact someone is good at this. Give credit where credit is due. And it doesn't even have to be the grandest of things. Even if someone is doing something small, you'll be like, oh, they are doing that really good. Next thing you know, that person is going to be like, it's going to come back to you when you're doing something. It's like, oh, wow, I actually like what you're doing. Oh, that's building that affinity of that person. And it's to the point, now I'm just talking about now the known type of aura. This is like the known type of presence, like when you know someone's character. When you know someone, you have that exaggerated respect for them. Then there's the other one where it's like, you have absolutely no clue who that person is. That's like mysterious type of aura or like presence. Like someone is walking in and you notice that person immediately. Like imagine a beautiful woman, like my wife is, well, I'm not married yet, not yet, but she's probably watching this. Like she walks in the room or something. I'll be like, oh my goodness.
Like you just
Like,
know.
Like, look at her. It's like owning. I always bring up this analogy of value as well. I think I bring up in the confidence video as well. Is the person you're with a Lamborghini or a Toyota? Is your woman a Lamborghini or Toyota? Or yourself, are you a Lamborghini or a Toyota? And we already spoke about this when it came to the like value of life. You're worth more than 10 billion. Jesus gave you life, you're worth more than a lot. So when you know you are actually worth all that, when I'm walking, if I'm to take like the most beautiful woman, I'm walking with her anywhere in town or something like that. Do you know how many guys will be looking at her? Come on. Oh, even at me, they'll be like, oh, who's it? Who's it? And I know the guys are looking at her. It's like, if a Lamborghini were to drive by, we are guys, we're going to look at that Lamborghini. We are 100% looking at that Lamborghini. Because we know its value, its worth. We'll be like, sir, look at that car. Because we know its worth, we know its value, and that in itself it's like an aura. But now if you're just a random Corolla, a random Toyota driving the taxi car driving by, we won't even notice you. You just see the numbers behind the taxi. Like, do you even know the color of the taxi you're in today? You know.
I mean, fool, they're all white. Wait, let me check.
Exactly what I mean, bro. So you don't even know. You have absolutely no clue the color of the taxi you're in. But I guarantee you would know the color of the Lamborghini or the Rolls Royce or anything of high class value you're in. Why? The presence, the aura. That aura of walking into the room. It's not only that, aura can also transcend more than just your presence. It can also be like your influence. And influence will be now your words. When that guy is outside, let that Lambo rev and let the Toyota rev.
Yo, yeah.
Huge difference. Don't know nothing. But when the Lambo revs, or Ferrari or anything revs, oh my goodness. That's basically your voice. What are you saying? Is the quality to your voice? Is the quality to your speech? Like, is there any hint of aura to your speech? Is what I was talking about when it comes to the presentation, in like when you're having an assignment, you're taking your book and you're reading. Yeah, but and then in Genesis, this what? Come on. But now if you're doing it properly in the beginning. No. You catch everyone's attention. You catch everyone's.
Oh, especially when you pass the program. In
You'll
the
begin.
beginning.
But it's like, I'm sure we all noticed this already. Like when you go to church, don't you ever ask yourself, like, even when I'm sitting in church and then my pastor starts cooking, he starts preaching, and then I look around, like, since I'm part of the band, I'm in front, then I look around, everyone is locked in. Everyone is focused. Some are there writing down notes, some are like this, some are, when the pastor is cooking, some will be like, everyone is locked in. Why? His manner of speech, his pace, his cadence, everything he's saying. The dynamics of the voice, how he's switching it, if he's going soft, if he's going low. He knows how to tell a story, how to connect the dots. Everything just aligns. And that makes what? It makes you like intrigued. That's what I would call a vocal aura. It's not even a thing, but I'm making it a thing. That's what you call vocal aura. Oh my. That's literally what you call vocal aura. You can have the normal aura when you're walking in the room. And that happens, like someone can walk in the room like, oh, super tough. The moment they open their mouth.
That's happened so many times.
No engine whatsoever is in that car, but it's just the body. Open the Chaniki. Where's the engine? Where is it? Nothing. You go in the interior, the chairs are broken, the chairs are kind of like, am I really in a Lamborghini? I was catfished, but this not. You're gonna get catfished. But now that person is opening their mouth. That's why there's the two. There's the vocal aura and the normal aura. Because the vocal aura, you might look at someone that might have like zero presence. You didn't even notice that person. But the moment that person starts talking, everyone is. That happens, fool.
Fool, you could be a nobody. A person that is just a person.
Imagine.
And then like you're just chilling, but once you open your mouth, everybody goes quiet.
Pays attention.
Everybody pays attention to what you're saying. And it's essentially always like when it's that quiet, because like I'm the quiet person. Like sometimes like I would enter the room and like just chill. But once I have something to say, everybody gets quiet because why? We want to hear what the quiet person has to say. This person hasn't been talking the whole time.
Exactly.
What do you have to say for yourself?
Exactly.
So like, if you are that quiet person, that person that doesn't talk as much, improve on your speech.
And use it to
Improve
your
on
advantage.
Use it to your advantage.
Use it to
Because
your
like
advantage.
the less you say, the more value it has.
Exactly.
That's why that one quiet person is always respected because it's like now this guy has something to say.
And that's exactly why it should be used to your advantage. Because now, if you actually, like, let's say you're in the silence and all that, everyone is giving their opinions, you just chill. And then the moment it's your turn and you don't have anything. You see, that's why it has to be to the point where, like, TTG, are trying to grow. You can be the quietest in the room. Just the moment you open your mouth, everyone wants your opinion. Everyone wants to be like, oh, how do you know this? But it's also like when it comes, that's why it all goes in the end, like the aura, the presence, the influence. Like when you have that exaggerated respect for someone. If I know Cristiano Ronaldo is sitting here, I'm gonna ask him, like Messi or someone is sitting here, I'm gonna ask them, like, yo, how do you become that good? Like, let's say we are 10 or 50 in the room. Messi is in here. We all start talking about soccer. You think I care about your opinion? You think I'll care about your opinion or about anyone's opinion? Oh, look at Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, look at Messi. I'm like, anyone can talk. Everyone is talking. Everyone, then as soon as they're done, I'll be like, Messi, come on. What are you going to say? He's not saying anything. He's like, oh, but I'm wondering, Messi. Then the moment he starts talking, he never shuts up. Like, oh, no, keep on. He's still good. And that's basically like your pastor, when your pastor is cooking. How do you think, like, even sometimes I'll be wondering, he'll be talking for hours. And every single second is engaging. It's like, how? You'll be hearing the thought of how. They'll be talking for hours and hours and hours. And every aspect is engaging. That's why it can go either way. It can go any way. You just have to know how to actually use it to your advantage. And just have the knowledge. It's the most important thing, honestly.
I wanted to bring up the Lamborghini.
Yeah.
The analogy that you made between the Lamborghini and the Toyota, and also Cristiano and Chaniki. All of that has to deal with value.
Exactly.
Like that Lamborghini is valuable in itself with its own capabilities, but it's also what you deem as valuable. which has order.
Yeah, exactly. You
Just
pretty much
wanted to bring that
you
up.
gave it its value in a way. It's like money or diamonds. You know the diamonds are worth nothing. It's just us. We gave it that value. Even if something is incredibly rare, that's what even brings up its value more. Like when something is kind of like Lamborghini, you're not gonna see it like driving around or Mercedes, like something really high class. You won't see, you will not see it like a tough gear. So you will not see her walk by every single day.
No,
You won't. So if God is putting it in front of you, like you're giving that opportunity, why
why
wouldn't
not
I?
take it?
Yeah, exactly. Why not take it? It's like, oh, look, a Lamborghini. Oh, someone say I can drive it. Oh, sure. Why not take it? Just accept it. But there will be times where anxiety is what actually kicks in and stops you. And anxiety is one of the biggest counter or killers of order.
Mm-hmm.
Anxiety and assumptions,
Doubts. as
doubts, yeah,
well. Fears.
fears, né? Which is gonna tie into our next
That
video.
can be your
Yeah,
that can
Yeah.
be your greatest shanikin. What's the word? Rivalry.
your greatest rival essentially when you're trying to get something. Because even
Aura is like basically the positive, and then the fears, the doubts, and it
The
can
negative.
all, like impact that in a negative
yeah,
way.
it kills
So
it.
like if
kills
you
it.
really feel those type of
Mm.
emotions, then it's definitely gonna affect your aura. You
Yeah,
really have to be good with yourself, bro.
not for you. Because it kills it. You look at like a group of people, you're like, yo, they girly stuff. I wanna go talk to her. When you see another guy walk up, oh, she's a boyfriend. What? You're just assuming. You're literally just assuming. You don't know that until you walk up and be like, yeah, are you guys together? Next thing you know, this happened. I'm not just saying it for the sake of saying it. This actually did happen. Next thing you know, she's saying, no, we're not together. Hi, what? Then you just get it like that. But now, if you let your assumption win, if you let that anxiety win, it's time. You just lost the opportunity. It's gone. Now you just let your wife walk on because you're scared. You let your wife go away. Nah. But that all ties into the
I was
confidence
thinking
video.
about something, bro.
Hmm.
Curiosity or assumptions.
Curiosity over assumptions.
Curiosity or assumptions.
Mm.
Something like that. Like
Mm.
basically what I mean is like when you're curious about something, you go and find out.
Yeah.
It's like a baby essentially. Like whenever a baby is like doing this thing, he like picks up a ball and he's like curious about like what is this? Like, what do you call this? What is that? Like what is this?
They want to know
But
more.
like when you make assumptions, it's like you're basically stagnant.
Mm.
You're sitting at one place assuming what things are, while you could go and find out for yourself.
Be curious. Like it's good to actually
Curious.
be more curious about it.
Yeah.
Go find out. Oh, you want to know why people are feeling so confident because they're like saying, "Oh, God told them." Here is your answer. Just go read. Like go read, and then you'll know for yourself. Like if you don't want to take someone else's word for it, go discover it for yourself. Because it's almost like even me. Like if I'm even in a relationship with someone, I wouldn't want someone to be. I wouldn't want you to tell the girl that I want or someone to be like, yeah, he does this, he does every single aspect of it. No, like let her come to me.
Confirm it for yourself, baby.
Go there and build your own relationship with Jesus, with someone else. Just go there and build your own relationship because that's what Jesus actually wants. Because when you look at other people, some people might look at Christians and be like, why are they so unhinged and so like stern in their faith? We are going to eat that one in the video. In the next video, faith.
You guys are not ready for that one. Faith over fear, brother.
That's the next video's title. Faith over fear. Oh my goodness. Nah, bruh.
They're not ready. Bro.
Yeah, they're not ready for that one. They're not ready for
If you
that.
thought that this one was good and the others,
Nah, from here on out, it's just elevating. From here on out, it's just going up. But that's basically it when it comes to like my thoughts on the whole influence, presence and aura as well.
they all tie into each other. There's always something to say, brother.
There's always
You can always continue cooking.
no, this how person be talking for hours, but they
Nah,
really
yeah.
scoop, bro.
And
Yeah.
they always like bring things to, and it makes sense.
Yeah,
At
bro.
the end of the day, they're not
Makes
just
sense,
happy.
bro.
Like it makes sense.
Bruh.
Everything that they say. But yeah, this was a topic that we actually just came up instinctively. Like we were like, we actually had other things lined up, but then we decided to bring up the whole influence, presence,
exactly. And that might even be the Holy Spirit influencing us. See? Influence us.
that was God probably telling us to talk to someone, like someone in our viewers is that special someone that needed to hear this. Here you go, bro.
Specifically for you. Yes, you smiling. But now, when it comes to the next video, the title will be Faith Over Fear. And this one is pretty much influence. You will see the title when it's on the video.
But yeah, we know it's been a while. It's probably been like 2-3 months.
3.
Say yo.
But before this video or after this video, we are going to have another video that's going to be coming out called Love is Loyalty. Yeah. There's a video that Justine is also going to be in.
Yeah. So we need to bring that back.
Yeah.
But overall, we'll try to be more consistent.
Yeah, definitely.
We will try.
Definitely.
Just bear with us. And also engage.
Yeah, not try, we will. Like, leave out the try. Yeah, leave out the try. Yeah, leave out the try. Yeah.
But yeah, overall, what did I want to say?
Yeah.
Engage in the comment section. Like, we actually love to hear your thoughts. We want to know.
We start replying as well.
How this type of message can also, like, how it's impacting your life and what you also need to say. Like, we're also thinking of like bringing other people on the channel.
Yeah, so we can get guests and things like that. We mentioned in our previous video, we should do that. Then we're going to get like a bigger setting. Like maybe, let's say, I was going to say a round table. A round table is OC. That would be tough. With the mic and everything. I'm thinking too ahead in the future.
Yeah, but it's coming with time.
Yeah, it's coming with time.
Yeah. Yeah, but overall, that was the video.
And we've been Odd Vision.
It's beautiful.
And it always will be.